Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle, and today I thought I would share an easy way to create mandalas. Now, my mandalas are never exact or precise or measured out perfectly, so we'll call them whimsical mandalas because they are definitely not um, perfect, round and perfectly symmetrical. I took out these two A4 sheets from my journal from Art by Marlene, and I just taped them together at the back with a little bit of masking tape, just to give myself a bigger surface. So I wanted to make this page quite big and bold and, double spread. And when you open the page, it's really quite like an in-your-face page. So I'm starting off with my watercolors from Art by Marlene, and I've just used blue, purple, and an aqua color, and I've just kind of blended them together and splattered them together just to create a washed kind of look of the background. Now, if you're a watercolor person, don't shout at me because I've dried it with my heat tool. I just My watercolors and my supplies are there for me to create mixed media art, and I certainly don't have the patience to wait around for that paper to dry. So, little cheats way is to just quickly dry it with my heat tool. Okay, so I grabbed out this lacy mandala stencil from Arlene's latest release. That was the October release, October release, I think, for 2025. It had this beautiful little mandala in, and I wanted to play around and just see what I can create using this mandala stencil, and see if I can create some variations. And so, yeah, that was kind of the idea. So first I've taken out some gesso, and I've just gessoed through the stencil. I was going to do the whole stencil actually, but then once I started, I really liked this center part. So I decided, let me do the center part and then take it from there. I think the center part would be really cool to use as a flower as well, kind of a flower shape. So I think I will try that the next time I play with the stencil, maybe try making some flowers. But you can see that floral shape right in the center. I think we can make some pretty flowers with that. Okay, so I've put a layer of gesso through the stencil first because I obviously had the color on my background, and I really wanted my next set of colors to pop off that background. So I'm giving my colors a white space to sit on top of. And then I just grabbed out some of Marlene's paint. So I've got pink, which is kissy, orange, which is hot curry, yellow, I used the cheesy, and then the green is envy. And I'm just using my sponges. Oh, I also add a little bit of kissy as well. I'm just using a couple of different sponges and sponging through the color, and you can see how nicely those colors pop off the background. So they're not, they don't have that blue or purple undertone to them because I've got that gesso underneath. It's a little bit of a fiddly process, and I guess I take it, you know, I take it all this, I do all the steps and more. So you could probably have just left it here because the colors blend really, really nicely together. But of course, later on, I'm definitely going to go in with my coloring and pencils and do some shading and blending. But certainly you could leave it here and not bother with that. Okay, so now that I have my basic shapes there, I decided to extend them myself, and you will see a lot of hesitation from me in this video. Well, maybe not because it's so sped up. I've sped this up quite a bit because it was a very long process. but there was a lot of hesitation from me because I don't know why, but for some reason I was just not confident with making these mandalas. I don't know. Normally it doesn't bother me. Normally I just do whatever, but today I struggled. But we got there in the end. So I'm just extending these mandalas, making little shapes that feels like a mandala to me, and just making them bigger and bigger until they fit or until they take up quite a bit of space on my page. My pink paint pens are pretty much dry, so I would have loved to have more pink in here, but yeah, they just dry, so I didn't bother too much with the pink, and I just went on to the next colors that I knew my paint pens were still juicy. So that's the purple and the green. The green really bothered me. So, and I also used red because it had a lot of paint in there. And you know that I don't use red often. If you are new here, you don't know this, but I don't use red and orange very often. They terrify me, really. But these pens were juicy, so I used them. But you will see later on, I do go into the green and the red, and I do tone them down a little bit with other colors, just so they're not so very, very much in your face. Okay, I think what I will do is I'm going to put some music on because this, I mean, you don't need me to explain to you. And now I'm drawing a petal shape and I'm coloring it in. You can see that. So I think I will put some music on and then I will pop in a little bit more to the end of the video and chat you through the rest of the process. And I'm back. Okay, so once I've done all of the coloring, I am adding black and white details. So just really, again, filling in gaps, outlining things, making sure that the colors pop a little bit more. I always say when I use bright colors, I like to add black and white because it really just helps to make things pop off the page. I also felt that after I've done the color, that it wasn't quite, I don't know, it just wasn't quite right. Now that I look at the page, I love it, but the process was frustrating me a little bit for some reason. I think because I haven't done mandalas for a long time, I was just not feeling confident and I was feeling a little bit frustrated. But we keep moving forward. I'm quickly adding some background stamps. I'm using the background builder stamp in different colored inks and just stamping randomly here and there. And I really liked when I did that. I felt, okay, now it's coming together and this page is making me a little bit happier. And because it was making me happy, I just kept stamping. Maybe I did too much. You can let me know if you think I did too much stamping. But anyway, it made me happy. So there we go. I finished off with a little quote and I looked specifically for a yellow one because I just felt a yellow one would pop nicely on the page, and it did. And I can't remember, change your thoughts and the world changes around you, something along those lines. Just cutting them up and placing them where I'm happy with them. Then I'll do a quick little outline with my Stabilo All pencil, and I'm also going to go around just the sides of these mandalas, just give them a little bit of a shadow, just to give them a little bit of dimension and help them pop off the page somewhat. That is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos, and there are plenty of videos to go back and watch and comment on. Please leave me a comment and a like, and I will be back with you with another video again soon. Okay, bye.